Hey guys, Krisha here. Please be cautious of any fake comments and emails you may receive from people pretending to be Mango Research. Sean and I will never, ever contact you for investment opportunities or anything of that sort. To get in touch with the real Mango team, make sure to join our official Discord chat using the link in the description below. Stay safe out there, and remember, do it Mango. And what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's Cardano analysis video. I was just on a live stream, and I noticed that a lot of people are panicking about Cardano right now. There's a lot of blood on the streets, and it appears that a lot of people are exposed on Cardano, okay? So we'll be going over this. I'll essentially be giving you guys my downside targets, how low I think Cardano can go, okay? And, well, in addition to that, I'm noticing something very different in, this time's dip, okay, compared to all of the other times that we actually did see those pullbacks. During all of these other pullbacks that we saw, people were all very excited to be buying the dip. You know, people were like, oh, yes, I can't wait for Cardano to go underneath $1. I wish it were at XYZ price so I could have bought lower. I cannot wait for price to get there, blah, 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 blah. It's now when we're seeing this dip. Okay, now this was a good, what was this? I think it's a good 32%. Okay, this so far has been a good 40% to the downside. Okay, a 40% pullback. And it has induced a lot of panic. Okay, people have dropped their positions. They're getting extremely bearish on the charts. And do I think it is warranted? Of course. I mean, if you are overpositioned, okay, if you're overpositioned and you're sitting in the red, yes, of course it's warranted. We're all human beings at the end of the day. But as far as thinking that the bull market is over, I wouldn't jump the gun on that. Not yet. Okay, I'll tell you what it is that I'm looking at, so stay tuned for that. But also, before we get into much of the analysis, I just want to give all of the seedlings a massive shout out. I am seeing such a stark difference between the attitudes in all of the other communities and all of the other groups, as well as crypto Twitter, crypto Facebook, and I'm seeing such a massive difference from our seedlings. Like, these guys have been so calm, so collected, even during a dump like this, 30% dumps across the board, and these guys have their wits about them, right? And it's during times like this, guys, where having your wits about you, okay, and having the right mindset is going to be key, because right now we may very well be seeing opportunity on this chart, and if you are not ready on a psychological standpoint, you are going to miss out on the opportunity. Okay, the trades that you were once very excited to catch, you are not going to be able to catch them if you do not have your head straight. Okay, for those of you in the Mango Seed program, it's during times like this where that risk management system kicks in. Okay, I cannot tell you the amount of times where I have been able to sleep like a baby because of it during dumps like this. Okay, so use it well. I'm so happy to see so many of you doing well even during dumps like this. So it makes Sean and I very proud. So yeah, big high five to all of you guys. Now, getting into the analysis, I think Cardano USDT, yes, we saw that breakdown. The last time I brought it up with you guys was 2 weeks ago. Okay, now we did break out of this horizontal right here that I was looking at on the 3-day time frame, particularly, right? For those of you who have been catching my Cardano analysis, I was telling you about this potential symmetrical triangle bull flag that was playing out. But notice what happened here. Now, I want to start off with this because there's a key piece of information in this that I need you guys to know if you are actively playing patterns. Okay, if you're actively looking for a pattern or playing a pattern. Now, we saw a break to the upside here with sufficient volume, I might add. Okay, we saw a break. Now, usually when I see something like this, I'm like, you know what, I'm looking for continuation. At most, I'd look for a test of the pattern, so essentially something like this. Just to show you guys, test of the pattern and then break to the upside. But what do we see here instead? We saw price break back into the pattern. Plus, now this was critical. Not only did we break back into the pattern, we also lost a key resistance that we took out on the previous candle, which came in at $1.35. Right? These were the levels I was harping on about in my last video. So now we lost two very critical regions of resistance that that we hinged our entire bullish thesis off of, right? I'm like, if we take this out, then we're going up. But look at what happened here. We broke down. Then on this candle right here that came in on 19th of April, this once again, guys, is a 3-day candle. We had an official test once again of that horizontal at $1.35, and we got rejected there once again. That was the first tell. Okay, now as things transpired in this current 3-day candle, we actually broke that symmetrical triangle to the downside. Okay, but now let's pan on over to the Mango dashboard and see if this gave us a heads up. So we're currently on the 4-hour time frame. Notice how everything is red right now. However, if you manage to catch any of these short trend changes, you're up on most of them. So now let's go ahead and filter out Cardano from this list. Cardano USDT on the 4-hour time frame, guys, is short. This short trend change came in 13 hours ago, so it actually did give it to you. Okay, so if you manage to actually catch a short trade based on this, you are up 17.3%. However, if you manage to catch this trend change and you got out of your position, you saved yourself a good 17% of losses. Okay, and Cardano BTC, guys, also short. This short trend change came in 1 hour ago, so that's something key to note. What's interesting about this picture right now is just based on what you know, these trend changes are telling me. I feel like Cardano may still have a bit more downside to go. Okay, so I'll tell you what it is that I'm looking at exactly. I'm seeing a very, very strong region of support on the chart, like awfully strong. So now let's get on over to the charts because I want to bring that up to you. Okay, now as things sort of unfolded on this chart, Cardano did break to the downside, right? So let's go ahead first and take that measured move of the symmetrical triangle break to the downside. Okay, I'm going to plot it right here. I'm going to mark that with another line segment. Now this one comes in at 62 cents. Okay, now just to kind of keep my chart nice and clean. So we have one region here of contention, of plausible contention at 62 cents, which is the measured move of the symmetrical triangle, right? However, before that, guys, I want you to notice this region right here, which is also the Kijun on the 3-day time frame that comes in at 82 cents. Okay, we could very well see a nice, clean C-span trade going all the way down to that Kijun. What is important about this current picture, okay, is that this 3-day trend now has broken signature. It is doing something different. Okay, as soon as we actually confirm a candle underneath that 21 EMA, we would have officially lost the 3-day trend signature. At which point the next major region of contention I'll be looking at only comes in here at 82 cents. But now watch this. Look at the confluence on 82 cents. I'm going to now pan on over to my daily time frame. Okay, 82 cents is what? It lines up very, very close to the bottom of the Ichimoku cloud there. Okay, so no, you don't even have to be waiting on the 3-day candle body close. You could also be waiting on the daily. As soon as the daily starts closing into the cloud, I will be looking for that continuation to the downside. Okay, 82 cents once again. Now let's get on over to the 2-day time frame. What is that? 82 cents, guys, lines up very close to that 2-day Kijun. Once again, this is going to be a nice, clean C-span trade. Okay, 82 cents. Getting on over to the 3-day time frame, which we already went over. Once again, guys, 3-day Kijun. How about the 4-day? 4-day 2. 4-day Kijun. How about the weekly? What is that? That's the weekly 21 as well as the weekly Tenkin for you. Every test that we've had of the weekly 21 and the weekly Tenkin has been met with support. The bulls have managed to pick it back up only for us to have the next break. Could we see something similar here? Sure. But what's important about what I'm trying to highlight to you right here is that that is going to be an easy level to manage any trade off of because of how strong it is. It is strong on multiple time frames, across multiple time frames. Okay, so it's going to be a very good reference point in really to really tell us the direction of price. So is there a possibility that price could break down below the Tenkin 21 EMA? Yes. Yes, there is a possibility. But what's important there is that that is going to be the key reference point. It's if we break that region to the downside, only then will I really be looking for a continuation to the downside. People are coming up, because of how bearish everyone is right now, people are coming up with some insane bearish targets. Okay, but I want you guys to be a little bit more holistic in your approach. Zoom out of your chart to get a more holistic picture, because it's in those pictures that you will find opportunity. Given how price closes on the next daily, if we close inside the cloud on the daily time frame, I will be looking for continuation, okay, all the way down to 82 cents. It's only if we start breaking 82 cents, which is going to be our key reference point, only then will I look for continuation. Please note, guys, is that we are still very much in a bull market. What really dictates the bull market? It is Bitcoin. And as far as Bitcoin's weekly goes right now, that macro trend on Bitcoin, it is still friggin' bullish. And for as long as that is intact, I will be expecting Cardano's macro trend to also be intact, at least against USDT. Things would get extremely volatile if we did break 82 cents, okay? In fact, I think the most prudent thing really would be to, I cannot possibly ignore the Kijun, right? So let's just zoom into that picture. It's going to be just from here, okay? From here, going all the way to this entire box, 84 all the way down to 78. Okay, breaking this region here, it's a very, very small region, very narrow region compared to the prevailing volatility on the chart right now. We break that region to the downside, that's when things begin to get volatile once again. Okay, the next key region only comes in at 38 cents. So very quick heads up on that. When we mention if this then that statements, it is mainly to drive in a reference point for you. We're highlighting a key level for you on the chart. If we start seeing a bullish consolidation along this region, okay, there's a good chance that price could move to the upside as well. If we break this region, there's a good chance that price moves down even further. Okay, what's to note right now is that we have an official break of that symmetrical triangle. Getting back on over to the daily time frame, if we start living underneath the cloud, so if I'm looking for candle body closes inside the cloud, I will be looking for continuation to the downside. Alrighty, now this is what Cardano USDT is doing. Let's quickly get on over to Cardano BTC. Pull that up quickly. And because Bitcoin has also dropped and Cardano has also dropped, Cardano BTC is holding relatively well so far. Okay, what Sean and I are really looking at for Cardano BTC is for us to hold this key region of support. This thing comes in from 2,089 sats going all the way down to 1,789 sats. Okay, it's an entire region of support we're looking for Cardano to hold. But getting on over to the weekly time frame, what I do not want to see, okay, is as well, honestly, just losing that box. Okay, because that is the next. If we start losing the box to the downside, we would have essentially lost the bullish structure on the weekly time frame. At which point, the next region of support only comes in here. Okay, this comes in at 1,505 sats, and that is not going to be an ordinary move to the downside for Cardano. Okay, that's going to be another good 28% to the downside, 28% against Bitcoin. Okay, so that's something to note. But so far, I mean, it's holding. It's holding as long as it holds that region of support. I think this still has a chance of revival. However, Cardano USDT is going to be key. I want to start seeing strength from the bulls on Cardano USDT. If we can start getting picked back up along this region right here at 82 cents, I will be looking for continuation to the upside. Okay, things only really get bullish from then on as soon as we start taking out the tops here on the weekly time frame. At this point, I will be looking for a weekly break of these highs right here. Okay, if we start breaking 82 cents to the downside, then further down we go. It is going to get volatile, so buckle in. Okay, 38 cents is going to be the next key region of support for Cardano. Alrighty, now this is all I have for you. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Would love to hear them. And yeah, guys, just, take a step back. Do not panic. If you find yourself in a position where you are panicking, zoom out, because you are going to get a much more clear picture of what price is likely going to do. We are about to test weekly levels on multiple charts, weekly levels that we haven't tested in months now. So there is going to be opportunity. Clear your head, okay, and zoom the hell out. With this, guys, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao.